a saying, maybe you've seen it on Facebook or Instagram, and you'll probably recognize this, but it says, hard times lead to strong men lead to good times lead to weak men lead to hard times lead to strong men. And it's similar with the church. The church starts out strong, and that strength leads to, people are passionate about God, so you have this excitement about God, but that excitement about God then leads to kind of commonplace then. God's exciting, and then, people are getting saved, and after that, you just kind of get calm, and you're kind of seeing it, and then it leads to coldness and indifference, and we get to the point where, like, that person can preach the gospel, I don't need to anymore, other people are doing it, and it just leads again to complacency, indifference, and then that leads to false teaching. And we are seeing evidence of this. We've seen it for decades, for years, for a long time. It's been happening. Obviously, it's happened in John's time, and that's just a few decades after the church started. Now we're looking at 2,000 something years later. Of course, we're seeing it pretty consistent. So, when you become a Christian, there's a lot of excitement, because when you first trust Christ, you have this relief of not having to be good enough for God based on your own righteousness, on your own self-righteousness. And you feel this relief from the fear of being separated from God. A lot of people get saved because they understand the teaching that Christ taught about hell, and that those who reject Him or reject the truth, that's where they spend eternity. And a lot of people come to trust Christ out of fear of being separated from God. And so when you trust Christ and that you have relief of that fear, you feel relief from the shame and the guilt of your sinfulness, because you recognize that God has forgiven you through Jesus Christ. This joy leads you to jump into serving God and to sharing the truth, about Christ to as many people as you can. And even in this, past year or two, I've seen that happen, with people who are new Christians or growing in their faith. But as time again goes by, you kind of lose that momentum. Something happens, you get discouraged, you get hurt, you get your eyes off of what God is doing. You lose that momentum. And so John wrote this book to reignite your fellowship with God.